New York is the birthplace of hip-hop, the city where beats, rhymes, and street culture shaped the global movement. But for all the legends it gave us, New York has also been the stage for heartbreaking losses. From pioneers who built the foundation to young stars whose lives ended before they even hit their prime, tragedy runs through the city's story just as much as triumph. Today, we're remembering 10 rappers who died in New York, their music, their impact, and the circumstances that cut their lives short. Some of these names you know, others you may not, but every single one left a piece of themselves in the city that never sleeps.
Number 1. Scott LaRock. Before hip-hop was mainstream, it was raw, local, and hungry. And one of its earliest casualties was Scott LaRock, the DJ and producer who co-founded Boogie Down Productions with KRS-One. On August 27, 1987, at just 25 years old, Scott was shot and killed in the Bronx while trying to break up an argument. He wasn't part of the beef. He was trying to prevent violence. And yet, he became one of its victims. His death shook the rap world because it was one of the first times a hip-hop figure was murdered. Fans realized this culture wasn't just music anymore. It was tied to real danger. Scott LaRock's legacy became both his beats and his tragic role as hip-hop's first major martyr. And little did New York know, this was just the beginning of rap's heartbreaking losses. Number 2. Jam Master Jay, the studio assassination. Fast forward to 2002. By then, hip-hop had gone worldwide. But back in Queens, a legend fell in the very space that was supposed to be safest, his own recording studio. Jam Master Jay, the DJ for Run DMC, was more than a turntablist. He was the heartbeat of one of the most important rap groups in history. On October 30th, 2002, Jay was shot and killed inside his studio in Jamaica, Queens. He was 37. The news stunned the world. Run DMC weren't just rappers, they were icons. They'd walked with Adidas, broken MTV's barriers, and put Queens on the global stage. Losing Jay felt like hip-hop itself had been robbed. To this day, his murder remains one of the most infamous crimes in rap history. And just a few years before Jay's death, another Harlem star's life had already been stolen. Number 3. Big L, Harlem's lost poet. If you ask any true hip-hop head about what if legends, Big L is always on the list. Born Lamont Coleman, he was Harlem's lyrical assassin. His wordplay was sharp, witty, and years ahead of its time. But on February 15, 1999, at only 24, Big L was gunned down in a drive-by shooting just blocks from his home. His murder shocked Harlem because L was seen as the one who could have carried the borough into the 2000s alongside Nas and Jay-Z. Even without a huge discography, his impact was massive. Many call him the best rapper to never blow up. Not because he lacked talent, but because death cut his story short. Losing Big L felt like the universe robbed us of hip-hop's next giant. And sadly, the same year Big L was taken, another Queens rapper would meet the same fate. Number 4. Freaky Tah, The Party Stopped. The Lost Boys were known for fun, feel-good tracks that made every block party bounce. And Freaky Tah was their charismatic hype man, the life of the crew. On March 28, 1999, in Queens, Freaky Tah was shot and killed after leaving a birthday party. He was just 27 years old. The shooting shocked fans because Freaky wasn't known for beef. He was known for bringing energy and joy to every stage he touched. His death left the Lost Boys shaken, and the group never fully recovered.
For fans, losing Ty felt like losing a piece of summer itself. The vibes, the fun, the soundtrack to good times. But not all of New York's rap losses came from bullets. Some came from accidents, just as devastating.
Number 5. DJ Subroc, Doom's brother. Before MF Doom became a cult legend, he had a group called KMD with his brother, DJ Subroc. Together, they were carving out their own lane in Long Island's early 90s rap scene. But on April 23, 1993, tragedy struck. Subroc was killed in a car accident at only 19 years old. For Doom, it was a life-changing loss, the kind that reshaped his entire career and persona. Subroc's death didn't make national headlines like other rappers on this list, but within the culture, it was monumental. His beats and vision helped shape the underground. Losing him at 19 felt like losing decades of untapped creativity. And decades later, Queens would once again feel that pain when another rising voice was silenced.
Number 6. Chinx, Queen's next star. By the 2010s, Chinx was on the rise. As part of French Montana's Coke Boys, he was building a buzz with mixtapes and street anthems. He had the hunger, the sound, and a team behind him. But on May 17, 2015, in Jamaica, Queens, Chinx was killed in a drive-by shooting. He was only 31. For fans, it was heartbreaking because Chinx was finally breaking out of the underground and stepping into the spotlight. Many saw him as the next big Queen star, the one who could have carried the borough's tradition after Nas and 50 Cent. His death left a hole in New York's rap scene, another reminder that success doesn't shield anyone from tragedy. And the same year Chinx was taken, Brooklyn lost one of its underground giants too.
Number 7. Sean Price, the Underground King. Brooklyn's own Sean Price was a veteran, a punchline master, and a beloved underground king. Known as one half of Helter Skelter, Sean had a cult following that adored his gritty delivery and sense of humor. On August 8, 2015, Sean Price died in his sleep from a heart attack at his Brownsville home. He was 43. His death stunned the underground community because Sean wasn't just a rapper. He was a voice that had carried through generations. Fans celebrated his legacy with murals and tributes across Brooklyn, ensuring that even though Sean was gone, his voice would keep echoing in the borough's streets. But tragedy in New York wasn't only about older rappers. Young stars were taken too, before they even reached their prime.
Number 8. Capital Steez, the Visionary. Brooklyn's Capital Steez was only 19 when he co-founded the Pro Era Collective alongside Joey Badass. His lyrics carried wisdom far beyond his age, tackling everything from politics to spirituality. But on December 23, 2012, Steez died by suicide, jumping from a Manhattan rooftop. His death left fans shocked. He had just dropped Survival Tactics, a track that put him on the map as one of hip-hop's brightest young voices. For the pro-era movement, losing Steez was devastating. His story is a reminder that even in success, mental health struggles can remain hidden. Fans still chant 47 in his memory, keeping his legacy alive. And years later, another young Queens rapper's life would be taken, this time by an invisible enemy.
Number 9. King Shooter, taken by the virus. In 2020, the world was battling COVID-19, and in Queensbridge, the virus claimed one of hip-hop's rising stars, King Shooter. At just 27, Shooter was known for his raw storytelling and close ties with Dave East. But on May 5, 2020, he passed away in New York City due to complications from the virus. It wasn't gunfire or an accident. It was a pandemic that spared no one, even the young and talented. His death reminded the hip-hop world
that vulnerability isn't always about street life. Sometimes it's about forces we can't even see. And most recently, New York's underground scene lost yet another lyrical craftsman.
Number 10. Kuh, the poet firefighter. Brooklyn's Kuh, real name Kasim Ryan, was one of hip-hop's most respected underground voices. His style was slow, deliberate, and poetic, almost like a whisper carrying the weight of 1,000 stories. But Kuh wasn't just a rapper. He was also a New York firefighter who responded to 9/11, a man of service, humility, and artistry. In October 2024, Kuh passed away unexpectedly at 52 years old. His death was quieter than others, but within New York's rap community, it was seismic. Losing Kuh wasn't just losing a rapper, it was losing a moral compass, a craftsman, and a piece of Brooklyn's heart.
From pioneers like Scott LaRock and Jam Master Jay, to lyrical prodigies like Big L and Capital Steez, to underground kings like Sean Price and Ka, New York has lost too many voices. These rappers remind us that hip-hop isn't just about music, it's about people, communities, and stories that matter. And even though they're gone, their voices still echo through the streets of New York, in every beat, every rhyme, and every mural painted in their honor. Which of these rappers do you think had the most unfinished legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love hip-hop history, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the culture.